Happy 3-year Fungi Crossing anniversary! This occasion marks that I've been working on this one game for over 16% of my life. Oh god. To celebrate, let's take a look at every level in Fungi Crossing and point out an oddity, fun fact, or development detail about them. Before we start, I want to mention that there will be some minor gameplay and story spoilers. I'll give a warning before I talk about anything spoilery, but if at any point you feel interested in playing, feel free to go to the demo or full version of Fungi Crossing at Steam, or the mobile version if that's out by the time you're watching this. Level 1, First Steps. This is the first level, and so it's had the most revisions because of being very critical to players learning how to play. Being one of the first levels ever made, you can see it also has a bit of pilot episode syndrome with everything looking a bit off. Level 2, Stack. One of the levels with the least to say about it, apart from the fact that somehow most players manage to ignore the super obvious sign. Most players figure it out anyway, but it's right there! Level 3, In a Pickle. Fun fact about this level sucks! This level had a reason to be there at some point, but honestly it's pretty useless right now. It's so tiny that it barely matters, but yeah, I don't like this one. Level 4, Booked. The books were slightly rearranged to make them easier to stand on diagonally.
Wow!
Level 5, Hanging Out. This was the first level ever designed for the game, as seen in Devlog 2. Level 6, Bleak. This level takes place on the same table as level 1, but with way bigger fungi. You can even see the same red mug. Level 7, The Escape. You can see the whole level in the reflection of the space helmet. I also had to redraw the entire level because I accidentally closed the drawing program when I was nearly done and didn't save. Always remember to save, kids. Chapter 2. Okay, Chapter 1 was really short because all the levels are mostly basic tutorial levels, but now it'll get more interesting. Level 8, Welcome to the Wasteland. This level was originally meant to be the 4th level in the game, but it was far too hard so it was nerfed and moved here. Level 9, Crawl Space. The solution to this level often caused the fungi to blow up in a giant laggy explosion. Luckily, since the physics engine was updated in the new cross-platform version, this will be a lot less common. Level 10, Cactus Cove. This level is the official introduction to the technique of linking fungi by their feet to create a long chain. It's never mentioned anywhere, but this technique is officially called noodling. Level 11, Limbo. The past 2 levels, along with this one, form a sort of story, with the fungi entering a cave in level 9, delving deeper in level 10, and ending up in a dark abyss in level 11. This level is also a lot taller than what you might expect. Level 12, Midnight Mushrooms. A big reason why this level was included is just because I really like this one shot of the fungi walking in front of the giant moon. If you look for it, you can see the specific shot in a lot of marketing material. Chapter 3. Alright, so here we're entering into more spoilery territory. Nothing game ruining, but if you don't want to hear it, this is your cue to go play the game yourself. Level 13, The Incident. I was talking with my dad about the idea of needing to carry some object around with you, but I said that it should be something that the player cares about, so he suggested maybe carrying around Terrence, who is the main support character. I liked the idea, but didn't know how to deal with his floppy limbs, and so we decided to trap him in the ice block. I think the image of the main support character helplessly stuck inside a physics object really added a lot of slapstick humor. Level 14, There's a Catch. As previously mentioned in the short, this level was indeed inspired by someone who was 5 years old at the time. I asked him what I should put in the level, and he just said, slide, and the level went on from there. Level 15, Debris. The idea for climbable walls actually came by accident when I made the triggers for voice line stickable, resulting in a wall you could stick on, but also pass through. Level 16, The Office. Almost every single person who plays this level thinks of the shortcut where they can drop Terrence directly to the goal, and then proceed to ask me if they're the first person to ever think of that. They're not, but it's a good sign because it means the level made them feel smart. Level 17, The Wall. This level had new music made for it very late in development because 3 other levels were already using the same song. Level 18, Drop in the Bucket. Originally, I wanted the main mechanic of World 3 to be wind that would push around the fungi. Only after it was fully implemented, I realized that it was actually very annoying to play against. Because of this, I almost never use it, with the only exception being some wind placed on this slide to make the jump look a bit cooler. Level 19, Final Stretch. You can see the breeze and drop in the bucket from the background of this level. Chapter 4. Level 20, A New Spin. Despite being 3 chapters away from each other, this level has a very similar layout to Level 4, Booked. Level 21, The U-Turn. This level originally had a 3rd wheel in the top section, but the level worked perfectly without it, so it was removed. Level 22, Break Room. You might already know that you can actually get the storage crate to the goal instead of the thruster and get special text in the win box. But there's actually also special text if you somehow manage to get the cabinet in the win area. Is that possible to do? Probably not. Good luck! Level 23. Mind the gap. If you find a secret in this level and listen very closely, you can hear the metal pipe falling sound effect. Level 24. Tripod. This is the smallest level in the game that's not in Chapter 1. Level 25. Chimney Sweep. If you've played World of Goo, you probably remember the level Ivy Towers, where you have to cling to two walls that get farther and farther away as you climb. I really liked that level, and wanted to have a reminiscent level in Fungi Crossing. After a lot of revisions, this was the end product. The puzzle solution is completely different than Ivy Towers, but I think it still has that same feel to it. Level 26. Garbage Compactor. These wheels were weirdly hard to draw for me, so I actually traced a picture of a lemon to get their shape right. Level 27. Final part. The nose cone is the exact same shape as a fungi's head, just scaled up a bit. Chapter 5. Okay, so I won't be spoiling any story details for this chapter, but there will be a lot of visual spoilers. Chapter 5 is basically one giant spoiler, being the special world, so unless you've already played it, I recommend you experience it yourself. Still here? You sure? Okay, let's go. Level 29. Space. This is one of the few levels in the game that exist not to pose a certain challenge or to teach anything, but are just there because they're a fun environment to be in. Specifically this one is meant to set the mood of being in a special world and having a sandbox to play around with a lot of mushrooms and zero gravity. It's also meant to be a small break before the brutal levels of World 5. Level 30. Quick Reminiscence. The World 5 levels were designed as a final test in different aspects of playing Fungi Crossing. In this one, it's speed. This level was also supposed to look uncanny if you look at it for too long. There's an asteroid in the pickle jars, there's a cacti indoors, something's up with the fungi, and... Oh, hello sir. Yeah, so because all the levels in Fungi Crossing are rectangles, and this level's in the shape of a massive L, the shape left a ton of wasted space, so I put my dog here. Level 31. Botanoichmoclaustrophobia. I don't get a lot of opportunities to playtest, so when I do, I try to take advantage of that as much as possible. Because of that, when I knew my friend was coming over, I rashed out a prototype of this level for him to try, which I didn't have time to test myself. It looked like this. Because of the lack of testing, the version he played ended up being infuriatingly hard. In spite of this, he managed to beat it. After an hour and a half. Yeah, we didn't do a lot else that day. Level 32. Cactaroids. The colors used in this level are taken directly from an old computer color palette. The fungi originally also had a pixelated skin in this level, but their legs looked horrible, so I used their default look. Level 33. Monochrome. I think the reaction most people have to seeing this level for the first time without spoilers is one of the highlights of the game. Because of this, I've never uploaded any footage of this level online, and for that reason, I won't be showing what it looks like in this video either.
Give me my $7.
Level 34. Illusory Sunset. As you might have guessed, the silhouette style of this level was inspired by the level Ode to the Bridge Builder from World of Goo. Artistically, this is my favorite level. It came out exactly as I imagined it. Level 35. Debris. The final level. Remember when I said I would rush out levels for friends to playtest? So when that same friend came over the next time, I jokingly put the entire map of Getting Over It as a level. I didn't have time to fully map it out, but it got the job done of delivering the joke. But when he started playing it, we realized it was actually pretty fun. And so, I made the final level a long Faudian style climb. I think the hard mode version of this level is genuinely hard enough to be considered a Faudian game. Just by itself, the hard mode version took me around 2 to 3 hours to complete. And that's all of them. So I hope you enjoyed, and happy crossing! Bye! Also remember to play the mobile version when that comes out.